Hit. Welcome.
Hey, who'd you talk to? What's going on? It is me, Mike Lepre, King Mike L. This is Legit Paranormal Clips, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com. I'm in the corner of Bar Fangool right now, or as I call it, the King Mike L. Accomplishment Center. The basement is now called because they changed the name of the dunk. So now Bar Fangool is within the King Mike L. Accomplishment Center. King Mike L. Accomplishment Center, the CAC. All right, hey, so it is April 13th, 2023. What can we do for the math geeks? We can go 3 times 1 is 3, plus 4 is 7. And then 2 plus 2 is 4, plus 3 is 7. I got 7 on both sides. Figured it out again for the math geeks. Joining me as always, Buddy Money. There. I hate loons.
Yeah, they're definitely starting to arrive here in Smithfield, Rhode Island. The weather is absolutely stunning today. I think I don't know. I think we're in the 80s somewhere. And when I think of nice weather, and I think of warm, beautiful weather, I think about nice crushable beers. So tonight, my Friday evening, I got a nice crushable beer that's really popular here around New England, probably most of the country now by this point. Sam Adams Summer Ale. Welcome summer. Welcome to the warm weather. When I think of warm weather, I think about our guy from Block Island now. You know.
Yeah, he makes you get warm.
Very warm and fuzzy, Mike. Yeah.
When I think of summer beer, I think of Corona with lime, or sometimes I'll whip out the Dos Equis.
Oh, come on, Miller Lite. Nothing beats that nice old Miller Lite, dude.
I will pound Dos
Like drinking water right out the cooler.
Yeah, I know. I like it like that. That's why that way I can do all the hot drugs.
Right.
So joining us from Block Island Ghost, Rick. What's up, Rick? You're
we
muted.
Can't hear you, Dick.
I'll unmute you. Don't move.
Don't knock your phone over.
Your mic's muted. What is he touching?
Quiet you.
What do you think he's touching?
His camera.
There it is. Yeah, it is. Talk now.
All right. Can you hear me?
Drop it, Rick.
I can hear you, Rick. We can hear you.
Well, it's beautiful here as well. It's about 70. Was 70 today. You know, it's a little bit cooler in the fall, but we keep it. I mean, in the spring, but we keep it all the way in the fall. So we'll take it.
Yeah, I was telling Rick this earlier, buddy. When it gets warm like this, I'll take a break from work and I like to walk. So I was walking to Walgreens again, and I got my headphones in, sunglasses on, and I walk head down because I don't want to look up. I look for cars. Other than that, I don't look. So it's a white pickup truck, and it's not leaving the Dunkin' Donuts. Like it should just pull out, but it's just standing there, right? And the guy's got the window rolled down. His kid's sitting in the passenger seat, and the guy's going like this. Buddy, watch me. The guy's going. And I take my earphone out, and he goes, "You're the podcast guy." I go, "Yeah, I guess I am." He goes, "You know Rick? I know Rick." I'm like, "That's awesome." like, like to think that like we stopped just to make sure we both knew Rick. You know what I mean? All right, we both know him. All right, we're good. I actually wish it would have ended there. It would have been funnier. You know Rick? Yeah, I do too. All right, you're cool. And I just leave. Anyways,
He is also Smithfield royalty buddy, so keep
You
your
may
eye
know
out for him.
Who's that?
Dave Crossman.
That name sounds so familiar. Okay, all right, I will.
you could tell that he was a really funny guy that had a lot of funny things to say, but he was in the wrong predicament at the time. Like he couldn't get out everything he wanted. He had like a million jokes he was ready to fire at me. I was like,
Yeah.
this is amazing. He really had that was good energy. He made my day, to be honest. So Rick, how's Block Island doing?
Doing good. You know, it felt a little bit like summer. Things are starting opening up now. You know, rocking and rolling.
Yep. I got the 2 promotional videos up on the website, legitpodcast.com. We're ready to go. So tonight, buddy, we're gonna watch some video clips. Now,
I actually have a video clip too to show you, and audio evidence all put into video presentation. So yeah.
all right. So I also have what I put together is it's not done processing, but I put together a legit clips type things that are in the news or that were uploaded to different sites today. And what I did was I put them all on one video so that way I could just share stuff. But I made the ingenious move of putting a photo of you, buddy, in between every clip so I know when to stop. So you stop on the buddy. It was so fantastic. I'm so excited about it.
I'm very excited. I got another beer ready to
at
go.
one point. But yeah,
buddy, is that a fresh shave you got going on up top? Looking good.
I took it all off. I cleaned up the bird. I got a wedding to go to Saturday afternoon, evening, so it could be a good time, you know.
I'm getting
looking good, my brother.
I got to get a haircut tomorrow, and the wife and the daughter will not let me shave my head again. Like I have to keep here. Like
some people can do it and some people can't. You know, it's okay.
Like, you got to comb your hair. Just comb it. And I'm like, I don't want to comb my hair. I can't stand having hair. You know what I mean?
I fucking hate hair, dude. Yeah.
I'm just not good at it. I mean, back hair all day long. There's nothing more comfortable than laying down on back hair. Buddy, what would you want to show first when it comes to videos?
Oh, Mike. Well, the first one I have ready to go is called Disembodied Voice, Case 22. Now, last week I told you guys a little bit about the Oaklawn Library there in Cranston, Rhode Island, and our investigations there. I brought a few pieces from Oaklawn with me this evening, and this is the first one. Quiet. I'm excited to quiet.
I was going to say, it doesn't happen to be a dog, does it? All right.
No. The dog is live and driving me nuts right here beside me. She's very excited to hear.
Maybe you were laughing if you did that. Maybe we'll get an EVP that our voice that coincides with it. Give us the answer.
Play it again. Wait.
Maybe you were laughing if you did that. Maybe we'll get an EVP that our voice that coincides with it. Give us the answer.
Wait a minute. They're talking. All right. She heard something. They're talking about something. And she's like, maybe you'll hear something. Now, when you play that back, at what point of their conversation does that voice happen? Because the word she said next sounded like the end of the conversation. So, like, tell me where the voice, because you showed them talking, but did it happen at the exact same time or after?
Yeah, as they were talking, as they were just going back and forth, and just kind of.
But I mean,
Or-
more conversation or the same conversation? You know what I'm trying to tell you? Like, there's a recording of a certain conversation they have of her telling her, maybe we'll hear something.
Yeah.
When those voices come up, are they during that conversation or or a later conversation?
I don't. It's in that time, like it's right after she finished speaking, I guess.
Again,
Maybe you were laughing if you did that. Maybe we'll get an EVP that our voice that coincides with it. Give us the answer.
as she was saying, like, I guess as she was finishing saying that, she said, and then she said, give us an answer. And that was just in between it. Right, Rick?
Yeah, the little kid's voice.
No, there was a guy's voice first.
Yeah. But I'm hearing the little kid's.
It's the kid's voice and then the guy's voice.
The little kid's voice shot through, and the guy's voice was more, it was slower. So it almost gave a sound of like, it almost sounded like I love you. I know that, again, this is me picking hairs, which is what I do off my back. But listen.
Maybe you were laughing if you did that. Maybe we'll get an EVP that our voice that coincides with it. Give us the answer.
Did you hear what I heard? I mean, I heard. I guess.
Yeah,
I can
now,
hear,
yeah, I totally did.
I guess it could be there all around you, but I almost heard. I thought I heard. I love you. Anyways, all right, buddy. What's next?
The next one is says hello.
Okay. Now, is it Lionel Richie's hello?
Is
Adele's
it me
hello?
that you're looking for?
Yeah, which one is it?
We'll take just gender. It's the man, it's the woman.
Stop touching me.
That was Disembodied voice. As right after that EVP, the woman reports getting touched. It was the client that was in the room with us that had reported getting touched in the past. So it was pretty significant.
Let's do it again, Mike.
Mike?
I'm
Hello?
sorry. I thought I just heard a ghost rape. What did I?
Touching me.
We'll take just gender. It's the man, it's the woman.
Stop touching me.
All right. Let me start this off. Buddy, what year did you do this recording?
This is Keith 30. I want to say this was like 2017-ish.
Yep. You know why I know?
Was
You
it?
actually said, could you be gender specific?
Oh, buddy, what'd you do?
Because, I mean, there's no such thing, I think, as that anymore. Right?
Well, yeah, but the ghost doesn't know that.
You can't specifically be. So thank God you got that in under the wire, buddy. You got it in before they cut it off.
I did.
We're not allowed to say it. So
Buddy's not trying to hate. Buddy is open to all genders and you know and whatever.
and you just basically trying to
Everybody's
figure out.
fluid like my beer. You know, everything's. Who cares? As long as you're happy, right? Fuck it.
2 chairs in a bucket. What you're saying then is that you were trying to figure out if this is a horny guy ghost that kept grabbing said woman. Now, can you tell us where she was grabbed?
In the shoulder and the neck area.
Yeah,
And
that's
she was
it.
sitting down, and she was sitting down, like in the back, there. No, he didn't
Little
grab her
neck
boobies.
rub.
Give me a
Rick,
little back rub, Mike, an inappropriate back rub.
Rick, that he just gave me an HBO late night movie, and I was hoping for Cinemax.
Get
You know
him
what I mean?
back.
I mean, in the shoulder and in the neck.
He didn't like go like this or anything, dude. He just gave her a little. And she's like, ugh.
And you
We
believe
gotta
her?
get him to. We gotta get him
I
together.
don't know.
with
I had
that.
well, Mike. What I do believe is what I captured on audio was a voice saying hello. That was pretty clear. So if anything, there's somebody in the room with us. Whether she's getting touched or not, there's somebody in the room with us that's saying hello.
Rick, you were saying?
I was saying we gotta get that together with that sexy girl ghost from a couple of weeks ago. Talk to me. Remember her?
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I didn't mind hearing that one. But I've heard voices since then that I didn't want to hear again.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm not wearing the shades to be cool. I'm wearing the shades right now so I can see the screen. Because you know why? You know what happens? You
What
get
happened?
old, son of a bitch. Now, what's next, buddy? Is it shh?
Yes.
We could have did an Abbott and Costello skit right there for about 20 minutes if you just played along. Here we go.
There's just like a closet over here,
All right.
and then there's a bedroom over there. That's the nursery. It was a nursery years ago, and it was Edwin's office after that.
I heard what it was like 4 notes. It sounded like a thing you wind and it plays the music like a music box. It was like 4 notes, doo, 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 and then I couldn't hear it. That's why I was, but it didn't last.
Nursery, nursery, nursery.
Nursery, huh? Nursery, huh? Nursery, huh? Nursery, huh? Is that what it was? Like, is that what you? What Rick, what did you hear?
Oh, I heard a bunch of shushes. Right?
That was all humans saying shush.
All right.
Oh,
Good. I'm sorry.
But it was at the end where the ghost said nursery.
No, there was no voice there. It was the 4 tones. So do 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 do, and it sounded like a music box. I heard it. I'm like, shh. And Jim was talking about shh. I can hear something. And they're like, "What do you hear?" I'm like, "I hear this like it sounds like a fucking music box, like one of those." You hear me describe it like one of those winding things, like a music
yeah,
box.
yeah. I heard that for sure.
Yeah.
Well, I heard you say that, but I'd like to listen again. I thought I was listening for shushes, and then when I heard all the shushes,
Yeah.
I was like,
So
No, that was me. I named that
"Gotcha."
for deception purposes.
you got to give a heads up on the parts we should be looking for. Like if it's
All
in
right,
the
Mike,
very
I'm
very
sorry, I won't-
beginning, like
I
that.
won't
I
make
need. All right, it's the very very beginning, right?
Yeah.
All right.
There's just like a closet over here,
All right.
and then there's a bedroom over there. That's the nursery. It was a nursery years ago, and it was Edwin's office after that.
Hell yeah! That's one time I'm with you, buddy. That's the. I don't even have to ask questions to be with you. I'm 100% with you on that. Now, I'm not saying that you didn't play that. I'm saying you heard what I just heard. I definitely hear it was those distinct 4 first notes when the music starts off, right, Rick? Or babies.
Oh, I heard it.
You know the thing that swings over the baby's
Right.
crib, makes that same noise. Isn't it like go to sleep and good night, da, 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 right? Something like that?
Yeah.
All right. Anyhow, but that was a good one. I'm gonna listen to it one more time.
There's just like a closet over here,
All right.
Oh,
and then
and
there's
there's
a bedroom
another
over
room.
there. That's the nursery.
Oh.
It was a nursery years ago, and it was Edwin's office.
I think it's great too, right? That guy is still trying to talk.
Yeah,
And
he is Italian. Mike, he is also Italian. He's my uncle. It's Auntie Dale's husband, and yeah, my aunt is shushing him as well. Everybody's trying to shut, and he just keeps going and going and going and going and going.
That's what I didn't know, which was more impressive. Like literally, like the notes or the fact that guy was like, "No, you know what? I'm talking," and that's all it was. He just talked.
Mm-hmm.
Now, buddy, were you wearing your headset when you
Yes, Rick, I have for like at least 10 years now. I've done that. We had a guy by the name of Mike Markowitz. We had him on Legit Paranormal. He's like an EVP and sound specialist. He's written a ton of books, and he's the one that first showed me that. He's like, you don't have to have like expensive equipment. You do this, and you'll hear what the recorders
picking up?
I hear stuff and I'll note it on the recorder. So when I'm listening back, I'll like try to review that area more
Awesome.
specifically. Yeah.
Hey, speaking of that music, right? So, one of the stories we did on Legit Paranormal News last night, Wednesdays at 8:05. Dreamy David Barr did it. It was about this priest that had a near-death experience, but he didn't go to hell. I mean, heaven. He went to hell, and he was told that songs by like Rihanna, and then songs like "Don't Worry, Be Happy," are made by the devil, and you can't listen to these songs because they eat at your soul. Now, I'm listening to that whole story and I'm thinking, yeah, that's your near-death experience, to find out that Bobby McFarlane or whatever his name is, Farron, I don't know.
Don't worry.
I mean, it's a horrible song. I don't ever know. I don't ever want to hear
girl to
more.
make you
Yeah, I don't
smile,
like- no, I
but
don't like
don't worry.
I don't
Dry
like,
your little eyes and be happy.
I don't like, me personally, I don't like the song. Because there's the rap line, enemy. Don't worry, be happy was the #1 jam. Damn, if I said it, you could slap me right here. Like they went right after that song. I forget what it is, but that's my favorite part too. Even like PE goes after that song. I don't like that song. It's too happy. But now like the other one, and I'm like, I bet they like heavy metal. Like I bet heavy metal is not the devil, and that's like God's music, and nobody wants to accept it. Wouldn't that be the greatest thing maybe for me and Buddy, maybe not you, Rick. I don't know where you're at nowadays in music, metal.
I like it all.
Yeah, I can't. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You're very eclectic. Buddy, what do you got next? Because I'm thinking we gotta get these videos going before you pass out.
Speaking of priests, the next one is called Rape Closet. It's there was some questionable activity by S.K. Pierce, the owner of the S.K. Pierce Victorian Mansion, on the furniture factory across the street. There's what used to be a tunnel that would go from the factory into his basement. It said that he took young women up there into this closet it's about the size of a mattress, and that he would rape women. And because he was so wealthy, and this was like the 1880s, that nobody really gave a shit. So because they were immigrant women most likely. So I'm sitting in this closet with the door shut. There's no lighting inside of it. My team's outside the door, and I'm just sitting there. And there's a voice that comes through, and it's pretty cool. So you can go ahead and play that one. Rape Closet.
Buddy, you remember at HR this Tuesday at 11:30?
Right, I could do that, Mike.
Yeah, buddy. Did you take the binder home? Because I don't think you took the binder home, or you would know.
No, I left the binder on the chair, Mike. And
yeah, we're limited to one.
I didn't want to go back in and get it because I don't want to I forgot it.
One ghostly rape per episode, buddy. One ghostly rape per episode. Like, this is not ghost porn, because we said that. Remember, Joey Paranormal said it. Joey Paranormal's owner said that once it's two, it's porn. Right. Remember? Here we go. Oh, that was creepy.
Yeah.
First off, here's what's creepy. One, that Buddy goes into a closet. People were raped, right? And there might be a ghost in there. You didn't fear at all that your jewels might get juggled?
Like, I'm up for the experience. It's all about the experience, you know. So I just wanted to. They had been like they had done the SLS. Other groups did the SLS, and I had seen like almost like a sexual scene with the SLS camera, like we had it at the hotel on Block Island. Very same thing, but people like getting it on. So that's why they came up with this whole rape thing. Oh, HR again. Note this one too. But anyway, yeah, that's why they call it rape closet. So I wanted to see. I wanted to sit in there. Like, all right, well, let's see what it is. Let's see what you got. Give it to me. Just give me something. And then
And
you
you
got
got-
lovely.
You got sticky.
Rick,
I'm
Rick.
sticky.
Rick, there's a line that goes in the sand across the desert. And then one side, there's people that would not be okay with their jewels being juggled by a apparition, let's call it. And then there's those that would like it. What line of the side of the sand, what side of the line in the sand, say that twice, are you at right now, Rick?
Hey, you want to put me in the old Mario Batali closet and juggle my jewels? I'll try it twice.
Whoa. I'm not saying any of that. I just wanted to experience something.
I'm at a loss for words because I mean you
you know
what
the truth is I would go in, but I would be scared as hell, and I would go in.
Right.
I'm telling you, what would you think if you had your jewels juggled physically? You felt it in that closet. What would you do? Buddy said he'd enjoy the experience. I'm thinking I would run I'd go home and cry and do that Jim Carrey scene with the soap.
Right, probably, yeah, right.
Because you guys, I think in your heads are thinking it's a female ghost. Like, I really think you're being sexist on this because it could be some old miner, and not miner with an O, but an E. You know, old guy with those muddy, dirty hands and oil.
Yeah, I think
grabbing your jewels.
You're going full Scooby-Doo on us with the miner?
Filthiest hands I could think of.
I wasn't expecting to get anything juggled because the older man was in there for the younger women. He didn't care if I'm in there. I'm just in there as an observer, I guess, to try and pick up on their energy. So I wasn't expecting to get my jewels juggled, if you will, Mike. So I just went in there for the experience, dude.
So you expected more of a how's it hanging?
Yeah, like, all right, you're like doing this to this poor girl. Okay, I'm just gonna like come in here and ask you questions as you do it, like 150 years later. Don't mind me.
As we go back to the actual clip, it sounds like a child's voice saying, I'm stuck in here.
Yeah.
I doubt that I'm saying I'm sticky here. It's definitely sounds to me like I'm stuck in here. Let me hear it one more time. Here we go.
I'm told I'm stuck here. I'm stuck here.
Can I say the obvious that no one wants to say because they don't want to take any heat for it? It had a very distinct accent from a particular part of the globe.
It did, yeah.
It had a Asian voice. I heard an Asian voice. Was there an Asian child in that building?
Mike, it was a mill. It was a mill town. That it's the furniture capital of the world. It's where every mill is that they have a giant rocking chair in the middle of town next to this giant furniture mill. So that's what this town is known for. It's up in the middle, in the mountains of Massachusetts. It's up that way. It's like in the middle of nowhere essentially. It's on Route 2. But it's an
basically what I'm saying is though, then my fellow Italians and other minorities at the time you're not English or whatever back then.
Eastern European,
But
even.
fine.
What about Eastern European voices? I do definitely pick up on the accent though, for sure. It doesn't sound like a Massachusetts
No,
accent by any means.
I'll
No.
give you one more time. Rick, you tell me if I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. Rick?
Yeah, I could say it sounds like it has an accent for sure.
It's definitely a woman. I don't think it's a kid. I think it's a woman.
No, I think it's a woman as well.
And we all know, we just don't want to say it's an Asian sounding voice, but it is. It just is. That's not cool because that actually didn't sound like a child. It sounded like at first I thought I heard a child, right? Then I heard it back the second time and I'm like, oh, that's kind of an Asian voice. It's not I thought it was more of a high pitched voice.
Eastern European.
I listen. I'm good at this stuff. And then the third time I'm like, definitely. And she sounds like at least what? Of age, something like that. Well, you know what I mean. Back in those days, whatever they considered of age back, but it wasn't a child. I was happy with that. I shouldn't be happy at all about this because of what the guy did in that closet. But as long as they were never children, right? Never children.
It's never been recorded. He wasn't like
People that work for him.
charged with any crimes because he was like the local millionaire, and at the time, who gave a shit, right? Because it was practice at the time. He would probably have multiple people over, and it'd be probably for entertainment purposes more than. Because it was in a build. There was a giant. The pool table was still there, dude. This is one of the coolest pool tables I've ever seen. It was like.
Stop it coming out of your mouth. Glory, wipe
Oh,
your mouth.
I got little suds. I'm sorry from the
Yeah, your
little
little
summer air.
suds up. It's still on your lip, I think.
Oh, Jesus Christmas.
Oh, Jesus.
It's gone.
Just think it's a millionaire who has his resources of all these poor women who want to make money and either send it home or make something of themselves in America in the 1880s. And he probably totally took advantage of that.
The Epstein of back then.
Right. Exactly. Right. It doesn't stop with the 20th
Allegedly.
century. It's been going on for hundreds of years.
Allegedly, YouTube. Allegedly. This is all alleged. This is all alleged. Allegedly.
Allegedly.
Allegedly. Rick, can you just say that one time?
No, I don't think so.
No. I'm being dead serious. It's
Say
copyright.
allegedly.
You just have to say allegedly once.
For the lawyers.
Yeah, you do. I'm being serious. I'm not joking. Because I'm not saying
He was
that it's not
convicted.
true.
There's nothing alleged about it.
Agreed.
Well, you said it. There you go.
Agreed. But it has nothing to do with it. It's the name. When the name comes up in the algorithm, they look for the person to say allegedly. So we can be talking about something like there it is.
Allegedly.
You can say Jello, allegedly.
Allegedly.
We're not talking about the actual story. We're just saying the word to make sure that
All right, I got you.
I already had 2 strikes. Oh yeah, back to it, buddy. I want to share. Let's do Hey Buddy first, right? Then give me the video, and then I want to show you the stuff that I got. Right?
Do it.
You with that? Hey Buddy.
Trying to get into the room to talk to us?
Daddy. Daddy.
I can't hear blindfold. Without a doubt, hear someone say "buddy." Now, you sure no one said "buddy" to you at that time? Because that was clear.
No, and nobody even picked up on it when it was said over the spirit box. It's Tim Jackson, who's now, God rest his soul. He's snoring, and it's Joe and it's myself. And what's now the oh god, it's the Colonial War Room now, but it was the president's office at the time. So it's in the Museum of the Varnum Armory.
Rick, what did you think of that?
I heard it loud and clear, and you know, a few times, you know, over the past couple summers, I've gotten a bunch of Ricks through the spirit boxes, talking direct, which is pretty awesome when it happens.
Right, sure is.
It's awesome, but it's also scary, and I'll tell you why. It's awesome if that happens because, I mean, and I shouldn't have to say why it's awesome. You just heard your name on a spirit, on a spirit box. However, the part of it that might not be awesome is that it knows you.
Hell yeah.
That part I'm not a big fan of. I already don't like people knowing me. You know what I mean? Paranormal people have all kinds of access.
Yeah, no, we've had a couple where I wasn't even there, and they would ask, "Where's Rick?" Which is even a little more unsettling.
Yes. Now, buddy, you hear your name though a lot. Am I correct? In your
Yeah, I've heard it. Actually, in the room that I'm in now, years ago, I investigated this house, and I was down here with Joey Paranormal and with Catherine, and this before Dale joined the group, and another member, Trish, and I had left a recorder upstairs in the living room. And this is the house of my grandparents. So the stuff started happening after my grandmother died. So that's when I first really started. That's when I found the doors to say Paranormal. I just really got into investigating. And we're all down here about we're sitting maybe 3 or 4 feet where I'm sitting. And on the recorder that was left on the coffee table upstairs in the formal dining room where the piano is and the fireplace, it's right in the microphone, buddy, clear as day. And we're all downstairs. You can hear my voice, obviously, coming through the floor because you can hear me everywhere, anywhere. But yeah, nobody was up there to make that sound. I've heard it in my own ear many times.
Someone trying to get into the room to talk to us?
Johnny. Blindfold. You can hear blindfold. It's said very slowly, but you can hear the B, the D, and the D.
So I don't know where I can't hear blindfold at all. I don't even know where I'm listening for it.
Rick,
I'm so struck by when I hear buddy. I hear buddy, and that's it. Like that's my attention. That's what I just heard, and my mind blanks. And I'm gonna tell you something that's even little odd, stranger to me is that now, if you looked at that voice completely objectively, I know he was sleeping, and I'm not saying he said it then. Tell me that doesn't sound like Tim a little bit.
Honestly, I think it sounds more like Absolutely than it does Tim, which is in the same building. Same.
Because I've heard Tim's voice probably. So I think I've watched the one where he hosts and just walks through the Varnum Armory.
That was awesome show.
So we've played that a couple times, right? We played when he I was on. We played when he passed, but I've watched that a couple times, and I've gotten so used to his voice because he had one of those.
He's very distinguished.
Calm, but you listen to him when he talked voice. He had that Jake the Snake Roberts effect of like, I'm not going to talk loud because I don't have to. I'm just going to speak direct. And you'd listen to him, but he was like a kind guy. It was weird, man. He was just a really, Rick, you would have liked to have met him. He knew his shit too. He was walking around that armory like, yeah, this is this thing and then thing. I'm like, wow, like this is like a tour, you know? But all right, I'm going to share this. It's this couple of things I want to go over here. All right, so the first one I'm going to be bringing up is taken from the cockpit of a plane, and this is what the plane records. Underneath everything is going to be songs, just instrumental things that I put together, and I just keep looping them because there's no other sound. But I'm going to enlarge it. Here we go. Get him mute his mic. Now, Rick, right? This is from a pilot. This isn't from like a news channel. This is like one of those things that got out. This is what they caught in the ship. What does that look like to you? What are your thoughts on just seeing that? Like, what do you immediately think? I guess is what I'm asking.
I'm in a lot of schools when it comes to UFOs. You know, I'm fascinated by clips and what the government is now saying, but I also.
What do you think of this clip, though? This is an actual clip from the cockpit of the plane. I mean, it goes right by the plane. Let me just.
No, I get it, Mike. But how do you know that?
How do I know that it happened? You mean?
Yeah. How do you know that this?
Well, it was reported on a Russian news. It was a Russian plane. Now, I'm not saying here's where I stand on this again. Here's my big thing as of late. I'm not saying that that's a UFO. I can't even say that anymore. If this was 10 years ago, 15 years ago, I would have saw that and said that's a UFO, right? And you guys think it's because of CG effects. That has nothing to do with my decision making. My brain works totally in a dumb way. I'm of the opinion that they can make any type of drone. I think they're so far ahead in the drone business that we know that they can make ones the size of like Michigan that can just zoom and cut and drop. I'm worried there's like a drone war that's been going on that we have no idea has been going on over countries and stuff. Because like, have you seen some of these drones that they sell? Have you actually seen the big ones and how they move and how fast they go? Like, come on, the government was bombing people with drones when Obama was the president. Like, we were still using CDs back then, right? Where the frig you think they are now? What do you think they are now with drones?
With hypersonics and stuff? You know, that's out there for sure.
I mean, I don't mean to be a negative person on that, but buddy, come on, think about it, right? Think about it. If they were using drones to kill people in I don't know, was it the Gulf War? I guess what was it called when Obama went to war? I don't know, whatever. Afghanistan, was it Afghanistan?
Yeah.
Pakistan? I don't even know. My history is horrendous. Anyways, I think drones are far, far, far ahead than we think. That's my opinion, buddy. What do you think on that? Buddy, did I mute you? Yeah, you're muted. Hold on. I shouldn't ask you a question and have you muted. Buddy, what do you think about that?
You know what it looks like to me, Mike? Honestly, It looks like do you remember in the 1980s, there was that movie, The Flight of the Navigator? That's exactly what that looks like.
Kidnaps
that kid in Florida, that poor bastard, takes him around, flies him around the earth and stuff. Has that annoying Pee Wee Herman-like voice. And you're never gonna learn how to swim, Mikey, if you can't jump in the water. That was a line from that movie. Google that shit. So
I never seen that movie. But
I think it's Flight of the Navigator.
This next one's one is gratuitous buddy face here, but this next one's going to be one that's going to be pretty quick. All right, here we go. This was film footage of when they took down the drone.
Oh yeah.
See it? The chemtrail is what knocked it out of the sky. Did you guys see that? Let's just go back to that again. And look how big that drone looks to be. Come on, man. He'll play it. They play it again. Like first of all, I mean, that's how they took it down.
Yeah, that was our drone that they took down.
Yeah.
That was a Russian plane, and they did a fuel dump.
But how big is our drone?
Oh, they have them the size of regular planes.
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to say, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like,
they have them as. What's even scarier, Mike, is they have them the size of bugs.
Yeah, well, that is scary. But no, but all right, so listen, it goes there. So I guess it collided with the drone first. So it bumps one there, and then it comes flying in, and this fuel dump catches it, Rick, and makes it drop to the ground.
Yep.
Where's the next buddy head? Oh, here he is. All right. This one's odd to me. This next one. This next one is a ghoul caught on the side of the road. Now, this looks like a dog to me, and I didn't even know why it's gotten so many views in the last 2 days. But you guys tell me, think. That's the buddy and the dog. Right there. What did you see? Because they're going to re-show it. Here it is again. Buddy, any thoughts?
We're a reflection on art. There's road paint now that they use nowadays. It's reflective.
All right, slow motion though. All right, there's the railing, but that's definitely not the railing shining. That's a dog. That to me is a dog standing sideways.
Yeah, dog or deer, or some small deer or something.
It's got its ass to the car. It looks like it's got its ass to the car, and then it turns its head. That's what I've been trying to say the whole time about this video.
I think it could be a completely explicable anomaly. I don't think
it in your head for 1 second though. Think that it's a dog not facing traffic but eating something with his ass to the car, and then when he hears the car coming, he turns his head. Just see if you see that.
Yeah, no, that's totally what it is.
That's what I think it is. And Eric keeps talking about how it's like a ghoul or anything. I'm like, I don't know if it's a ghoul, guy. I think it might just be whatchamacallit? Where's the next buddy head? I think it just might be a dog.
Yeah, I think it's an animal.
All right, this is over what city? Peru, I want to say. See, all right. I'll tell you this much. Hovering scares me the most. Right? Staying in one place. Oh, that's just my music. It's not.
I don't know what we're looking at.
This guy is filming it. They got it from all different parts of the city. It's just in the middle of the sky. Like this is more than one shot of it.
Nobody thought to zoom in? Oh, all right, there you go.
Remember the triangle thing?
Yeah.
That's what see how it's swaying though? It looks like a triangle that's constantly turning, no? Wait. And I wish this music was really playing when this was happening. It would make it so much more. Like, this is the next one. Where's the buddy head? Where's my buddy heads? I'm slacking on the buddy head. All right, check this out. Come on, dude.
That's pretty.
Yeah, those aren't supposed to be fireworks.
No.
Here's Johnny. Hey kid,
Wait, here it is.
Hey, kid, how good are you?
All right, look, they're disappearing.
Well, they're burning out because they look like flares.
Do they? In the sky.
Yeah,
Mhm.
yeah. No, they dropped those flares.
All right, it just separated though into another one.
I'm not convinced, Mike.
Dude, really? Look at the way they're disappearing now.
Drones. People have them all over fucking. You can buy them off of Amazon for $20.
What? That will be up that big up high in the sky over the city?
No. They dropped from planes.
And they just hover in the air.
Yeah.
And that's a close up of them. How high up is that plane?
30,000 feet.
All right. I'm gonna get you guys to my next favorite one. This is by far the most paranormal thing you're gonna see if you watch sports at all. I want you to tell me at what point does the ball get passed. Ready? Hold on. Tell me when Draymond Green makes his pass. Watch. Balls for ball. Got it.
Mm-hmm. Whoa.
Did you see? So watch again. Because I think he puts it with his left hand. I think he gives it to him with his left hand as he goes by, but we don't see it because it's so fast. That's the only thing I can think of. Because where the freak does the ball go?
Yeah.
So how did Clay get the ball? Come on, guys.
That's
I'm
good.
being dead serious.
That's pretty good. That's better than these little drone videos you're showing us. This one.
Look. That's a glitch in the Matrix. It didn't leave his hands, dude. I was watching this myself. I was so glad they made a big deal out of it. One last time watch. It should be going here with his left, I guess. I didn't. You know what? You don't even see it bounce.
Or it's a bounce pass when their legs intersect.
Rick, there's no bounce. What's the ground?
Yeah, but
What's
watch
the
when their
ground?
legs intersect. Right there.
What's the ground?
It was already passed.
Rick, it had to be a chest pass. That had to hit him in the chest.
No.
That was
no.
like a
Underneath
magic
bounce pass.
basketball.
Rick, if it's a bounce pass, show me where it hits the ground the first time to get to him.
Right when their legs intersect. And bounce. Yep. He picks it up like that, coming up, it's a bounce pass.
You think he bounced and spins it out?
Yeah, watch. And there's the pass.
There it
Watch
is.
his hand go down and grab it.
All right. I'm glad they played it out for us. Hey, Rick, by the way, I'm glad you knew when it happened because I'll tell you
Good
what.
eye, Rick. Good eye.
When I watched it, I didn't quite believe that it was true. Like, I mean, that was one of those plays where, because of angle, you know what though? The reason I did add that was simply because of those UFO videos. The angle of seeing something, it totally changes what you see, right? It's that simple. The angle that you're looking at something could appear like something completely doesn't happen, but it did. So that's like why when I see the UFO stuff, some of it I show because I don't particularly believe in. Some of it I do believe in. Like that thing going by that jet, the cockpit, that definitely happened. Maybe it's from that movie. I don't know. I never seen the movie. But that makes it even more sound like a drone. Like I keep thinking they're all drones, guys. Like I just think that, they're just drones. Like I don't know. Wouldn't
Only
that be
takes
like-
one though. That's why I watch, because it only takes one, But will they ever really tell us? Who knows?
Would that not be the ultimate letdown of all time if there were no UFOs and it's always been government drones? Wouldn't
Well,
that
some
be
of them.
the worst?
Yeah.
Like, it would ruin society, buddy. Imagine that. Like, oh my God. Like, you know what? People would finally go, wow, they really did have us the whole time. And
I
then
have a buddy out here who about 2 or 3 weeks ago, Rob, Magic Rob, you guys met him.
Yeah.
And he swears to God on this. He was sitting on his porch. He lives right on the ocean, and the way he explained it, he said under the water there looked like about 1,000 different lights exploding underneath the water, and he doesn't know how it happened. He had a buddy there witnessing as well. So it's pretty crazy stuff, you know.
Rick, I don't know if you probably have never heard this story, but I saw a UFO. I just don't promote that, but I definitely saw something, and I have witnesses. I one's, like I said, a police officer, high ranking. He was with me. He remembers it completely, but we didn't talk about it for years. Over us was this gigantic Lincoln Woods, walking around with some girls, 19 years old, right? Got the Seagram's, the wine coolers, and they just came out, all that stuff.
A pair of Z
Zuma.
Cavariccis on.
Yeah. I had a Zeke, my boss sweatshirt.
Oh yeah.
We were drinking those Zimas. But so we come out into like a little crossing area, like a camping area, and dude, all of a sudden above us is this gigantic black, and it's hovering. It's just above us, and there's no denying it. I was just like, what? Because my reaction was, what the like, trying to figure out how big it was or what it was. I thought it was first I'm thinking it was a canvas. Someone put did we just walk into like a canvas? But then I'm realizing, no. Like there's the sky. This thing's above us. And we listened to it hum, and it had 3 lights and then 1 light up here. Couldn't make out the shape of it, dude, because it was just above us, right? Couldn't tell you what it was. And all of a sudden, the whole thing went, boom. And when it moved and it took off, we looked at each other and literally said to each other, don't ever speak it. It was like, don't ever speak of this. I'm not telling a soul. You know, we never told a soul. We were like, don't tell anybody that. Like, don't, because it was like, back in the day, like it was 91. It was like, it was 92 probably, 3, whatever. It was like, if you tell somebody that, they're going to think I'm crazy and lying. And he's like, yeah, they're going to think that. I'm like, so shut up. We didn't say nothing. And then I'm like, 7 years ago, we're having a beer as old guys. And he's like, you remember that time at Lincoln Woods? I was like, yo, get the fuck. And we started talking about it. And then we contacted one of the girls that was there. And she's like, oh my God. As if like, she hadn't talked about it so long. Like it scared us so much that we were like, don't tell anybody. Isn't that awful? Like that's like, how many people have that reaction though, as opposed to going on the news?
Well, and then why do you have the reaction where you're wondering if it's real or not?
Because I don't know what that was. I don't know if that was alien. I don't know what it was. It could have, but I mean, let me put it this way. What scared us the most was the speed at which it took off. Because the whole thing moved. You saw the whole thing. It's like seeing when you see the bottom of something, you can't make out in the dark. Like you couldn't make out the shape. So even when it took off, no idea the shape, because we just saw the bottom and go like gone. And it's like, oh, what the fuck? Come on, man. Like that wasn't a canvas or something stupid like that. Like, you know what I mean? We didn't just get a dark patch of sky. You know what I mean? That flew away.
With lights that hum as well.
Yeah, no, with 3 lights that were just sitting there and 1 over here, which is when it was the dumbest thing. Because it was like, well, what are we gonna tell everybody? Because he's like, he goes, what can we tell people? What did we actually see? I'm like, dark. He's like, yeah. He goes, I couldn't make out the shape though. I'm like, me neither. He goes, other than the lights, that's all we got. He turns out to be a police officer at the time. Who would have thunk? But he's breaking it down. Like, what are we gonna tell people? We saw 3 lights or 4 lights disappear, like at super speeds. So like, fuck it, don't tell anybody. But dude, it was above us and was hovering. I've never seen a Bigfoot or big feet. But I definitely have seen something that I can't explain that was above my head, UFO style. Now, buddy, you've never seen UFO at all, right?
No, not on or off Seagram's, mate. No.
All right. Buddy, here we go.
$100.
Who's that?
My name is Buddy.
Okay. Rick, you go first on this because I'll give my theory on that one.
I like it. Who's there? You know,
Right.
definitely hear it, and it's definitely that tone where that you get with using spirit boxes. A lot of them seem to have that same tone to it. There's no other way to explain it.
So check this out. Remember how I asked last show, you guys believe that sound can continue on a sound wave? In other words, a sound wave can kind of almost get stuck in vibrations because it is a certain noise. It is a vibration. So those words are repetitive in the sense that they're said exactly phonetically, harmonically the same. So it sounds like those words are words that were said in the building that got caught, as opposed to it reacting to or answering you for something. Let's just try that again.
Spirit box.
Who's that?
My name is Buddy.
Did you repeat the phrase that they say, buddy, 3 times in a row?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
And you didn't tell me that before, and that's why I thought I heard it say being said 3 times each.
Right, Mike. It's only saying it once, and I repeated it so you could hear it a few times before the clip ended.
Rick, don't you think that would have helped?
I kind of assume that's what he did, Mike.
Mike does speak for the dumb.
I might have to go to HR. Tuesday,
HR.
11:30. I might have to.
HR.
I didn't know you were going to repeat everything 3 times. I didn't know the 3 times rule, buddy.
I have evolved, Mike. I cut out the annoying foghorn, and I added the application of the multiple repeats of the EBP.
Way to step up your game. By the way, who told you that the foghorn was aggravating?
After we started doing library talks and we started playing them for people, and you just have to hear that annoying fucking foghorn every time. It's like, all right, this is enough of this shit, and we just started cutting it out.
Buddy, because my joke was going to be, and I didn't want to say it to hurt your feelings. I was going to say, who said they didn't like the sound of that foghorn every time, other than everybody?
Everybody.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Because you know why? I heard it the first time. I'm like, that's pretty cool. I like the sound of that foghorn. By the 3rd time, I never wanted to hear that again. And it's not the foghorn's fault. It's just one of those things. Yeah,
I did it for the first 19 cases that we investigated. And I'm glad I moved on.
Rick, what do you want to say to wrap it up?
Thanks for having me, guys. That was great stuff again. Block Island, we're still here. Club Soda's rocking. Ghost tours are going. We got our 3 big weekends coming up this summer. Jackie and I are heading out. Oh, by the way, she says hello. She wanted to say hi to you guys and make sure that you guys come out soon. Hey, no blowing kisses, buddy. All right.
You, Rick.
I got a question, Rick. Club Soda, right? You guys make your own drinks? Have you ever make a drink at Club Soda and name it?
Sure.
Have you?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a buddy drink yet?
listen, if we're naming drinks after you guys got to come out and help experiment till we get the recipe.
I didn't say us
But he
guys.
can do that.
I didn't say us guys. I said, is there a buddy drink out there? I mean,
Well, there is definitely room for a buddy cocktail. So, buddy, when you get out here, it's on the agenda.
Buddy's always open for alcoholic experimentation.
That's my whole point. I think that's my point, right? You would try to find the hardest, strongest liquors you could that could go together, right?
Scotch.
And then you've got to find, Rick, you know how they have like that white coconut sprinkles they put on those things? You got to get orange coconut sprinkles. And put it all over the drink for his beard.
Yeah.
Little orange coconut sprinkles all around the thing for his beard, buddy. It would be the buddy drink. Oh,
the buddy bomber. I already got this is in the works.
People would love it.
The buddy bomb.
Love it. All right. We also go to blackoutandghosttours.com for the 3 summer events, weekend events. But quite honestly, go there any day. Ghost Tours will be open.
Or if we can get Buddy in Ocean State to come out and do one in September or October.
Yeah, that October would be cool. Yeah.
Oh, awesome.
Spooky season, all that good shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have to get Buddy one of those big pipe hats and be like the lead the Halloween parade. Buddy,
Absolutely.
if you're gonna come out and be the special guest for that, you're gonna have to get a pipe hat.
And Buddy bombs for everyone.
And Buddy bombs around.
All around.
That's what I'm saying. Sprinkle the infield. Sprinkle the infield. All right. Buddy, what are you gonna say to wrap it up?
Oh boy. It's always nice showing Ocean State paranormal clips. I haven't done it in years. We used to do library talks before COVID, but then I haven't got back to it. I look forward to getting back to doing stuff like this because it kind of brings what you have as an investigator, it brings it to the public and just lets people like this show. It just gives people the chance to hear what you've experienced and to make a decision for themselves. So it's always really cool. Tune in Sunday live at 7:05 Legit Paranormal as we welcome investigators. She's from, I believe, Minnesota or South Dakota. Sin Schrader will be joining us live. She was on this clip show about a month and a half ago, and maybe we can bring back some of her clips, or maybe we can just talk about ghost hunting and all that fun shit.
Yeah,
so,
she's gonna be a fun guest. Definitely without a doubt, a fun guest.
Should be a good time.
So I'm glad that I get to once again show. Well, Rick got to see it now twice. The top paranormal videos as far as views. Like quite honestly, like we've had people with much better videos by far. So far, I think the public ones are basically like, yeah, there's things that bother me about them, but they're just very basic things. So I'm already at the point where I'm thinking, so if these are the ones that get the most views and they don't seem as real, how the hell is that even possible? Like, is it because they're just putting them on in these videos? Like they're making sure we see them, that more people see them? No, I'm being dead honest. Like, why are the ones that are blatantly like not like horrific shown so much or viewed so much, whereas like someone that's local, like that guy that showed up on the camera, Buddy, he looked like he was in the Traveling Wilburys and scared the crap out of us first. That guy had real stories. They were really scary, impressive stories. Things, but that'll never. So Rick, I just asked you one last time, why is it those are the most viewed?
Anyone's guess, Mike. Well, that's our job, is to get the good ones out there. I imagine, right?
Yeah. I think it's all part of I am a paranoid maniac. I believe that they're all. It's if they're showing the ones that are really weak, that's what scares me. Because behind the door, there's a bunch of really scary ass ones that we've seen, voices that we've heard that are more chilling than 3 lights in the sky that eventually go out.
Well, yeah, it's the same with the UFO ones. The government's putting out these videos and it looks like it's shot from a camera from 1950,
Yeah.
We know it's out there.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So in wrapping, tomorrow night is Daniel Benoit, ECBRO. They're having their Bigfoot Con coming up. I wish I had the date for that. And lastly, I just wanted to say that, guys, if you're in the mood for any kind of marijuana type bakery item, highharvest.net is by far the best cookie maker you will meet. This woman, they're unbelievable, these cookies. They're unbelievable cookies. And I just get the ones that are plain. Like, they're always like, we got all these kinds of cookies. I'm like, just give me a sugar cookie. Because I don't care about the taste. Again, that's me with beers. Like, back in the day, Rick, like, ask Boom Boom Ray Corsini. Because he'll give you the same answer that I'll give you. We never tasted them. Like, we were like, shotgun. It was just that kind of stuff, right? I remember telling my wife one time, she's like, all right, you're going to that. Buddy, did you come to the show we did in the practice space? That
No, I don't think so.
We played a show in the practice space. We packed all the rooms, and it was going down the stairs, right? I walk in. I was not supposed to drink. I promised her before I left with my older brother with me, my brother Ray. And he's going, I won't let him drink, Nikki. I won't let him drink.
Yeah, right.
We walk up the stairs past people. We walk in the room. The minute I walk in the room, there's a wheel on the wall, and they spin it, and it lands on keg stand. And I'm like, fuck it. And my brother Ray grabs my legs and helps me hold me up, and I'm drunk immediately. Like, I didn't even last 20 seconds inside the room before. Not only did I break my promise, but my brother helped me. Now that's how Italians work. So, for Block Island Rick, for Buddy, Money, Gummy Bear, Eating Thayer. It is me, Mike Leopard King Miguel. This was Legit Paranormal Clips, brought to you by LegitPodcast.com.